My art practice is not a linear line to a finished piece. It, it's kind of like that ball of yarn your cat plays with, and it just goes along like this. I had a productive month. January, I got a lot of things done, and it's always like a nice reset to have January. You get to plan what you want to do for the year. I started my Christmas card, and that's kind of the long game. It's how I work. I do a lot of sketching and a lot of fussing around to figure out what I'm going to be working on, but at least I've got the ball rolling. I've got some production started. I did learn a little something about video editing this month because I made a mistake with my camera, but I had a win. I had a win. I did a painting. It was just spontaneous. I just felt like sitting down and painting for a while, and I love how it came out. So I thought this week I would share with you what I did in the month of January, and next week we'll put up some tutorials again. Every year I paint my own Christmas cards, and I design and paint a Pembridge Welsh Corgi Christmas card. I love corgis. I've had 3, so it's just kind of something I do. This year's card, I started the drawing already, and I've already made some changes. And the way I work this out is I draw it out on sketch paper, and then I make my changes by using tissue paper. You can see here I started with a woman, decided, nah, I didn't really like that, so I changed her to an angel. That didn't really work so well anyway, so we came up with a different idea, and I always involve my husband in this, see if he has some ideas too. Hold on here. So this is the design. I traced it off of the original drawing, and you can see I've decided to add a reindeer. We've removed the angel. Once I decide that this is the design that I want, believe it or not, I trace it, and here's the tracing, and I put it onto a board. I'm going to be painting this in oil. I do most of my cards in oil, and I paint them on gessoed board. Let's see here. This will take a while, so I thought at least I would get going. So this is a drawing of my niece's duck. His name is Scooter, and I just love the way he's got his feet positioned, and I wanted to do a painting of him. So I did a sketch, and I don't know, it's about a 9x12 maybe. And I just thought he was adorable. That little tilt of the head and the way he's crossed his feet. Now, if you have ducks, maybe you can tell me, do ducks cross their feet like this all the time? He looks to me like he's flirting. Anyway, I thought I would do a tutorial, and I do them a lot smaller. I do maybe like a 5x7 card. So what I did was I did a tutorial of the female duck, but when I went to upload it, I had made a mistake with the camera and the footage was absolutely no good. So the footage that I ended up using was one I did of Scooter. I could never get the drawing small enough. Every time I tried to put him smaller on a 5x7 card, I couldn't do it. So finally I just painted him minus his feet. Anyway, I'm hoping to I haven't decided if I'm going to do this in watercolor or oil, but I love the feet. That's just what I love about them. Most of the time when I paint, I have reference sketches and drawings, but sometimes, you just want to sit down and paint, and this was one of those instances. I didn't have any extra drawings, I didn't have any sketches. I just sat down, taped it down to a board, and started to paint, and I love the way it came out. And this was one of the projects that I worked on in January. There wasn't really any way to make a tutorial out of it because I think I painted it in about 3 days, which is really not that bad for me. This is what I love to do most, working from my imagination. This is where my creative freedom comes from. My takeaway from this month is very simple. Practice matters. Just do the work. But play is where the magic really does happen. So when you make time without a plan, that's when your real voice really starts to happen. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. I do tutorials once a week, either in watercolor or pen and ink. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.